Hello Sanjay sir, how are you?
I'm pretty well, ma'am. How about you?
I am good too. How is your day going?
The day went swimmingly, ma'am. I was at my work. Now I'm at home, so it is quite productive now. The day went swimmingly. Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. So since this is our first session together, could we start with a quick round of introduction?
For sure, for sure.
Yes. Would you like to go ahead first?
Okay. So my name is Sanjay Sengar, and I hail from Madhya Pradesh. However, I'm connecting to you from Surat, the city of Gujarat, and I'm working as a professional to pay my bills. I'm working one of the MNCs as a production manager. This is all about
All right, thank you so much for this introduction. I am Gauravi and I've been working in the education sector for the past 2 years. I did the Teach for India Fellowship and after that, I joined English Yari as an English instructor. I have been always passionate about learning foreign languages when I was a student, especially the languages English and French. So I just wanted to continue being in touch with them. And I thought if I want to continue in the education sector, maybe teaching English and also pursuing my French side by side would be a really good option for me. So that's why I'm on this platform teaching this specific language.
Great to hear that. So, how many languages have you learned till now?
I know Hindi, which is my mother tongue. Then in my home we also speak Sindhi, so that. Then I learned a little bit Marathi when I was in Maharashtra, but not that
Okay.
good. Like I don't know that it that well. Also a little bit of Malayalam because my flatmates were Malayalis. Then English
Okay.
and French I learned during my school time. So I just like learning languages here and there in whatever capacity I can.
So, apart from English, I think French is quite renowned language because most of the learner learn French language. Why?
Yes.
Is it so?
So actually, French is spoken in around 48 countries. Or when I last checked it, I don't know if that's still the
Okay.
number. And even India is considered to be a francophone. Francophone means a country in which French is spoken by a lot of people. So I didn't know that, but there are a lot of institutes which have collaborated with the French government to teach French, and it's called Alliance Française, um, Institut Français. All of these are in India, and I got to know about it when I started learning French. That is one thing. The second thing is that in UN there are two languages for communication. One is English and one is French.
Okay. What
Yes,
about
so
Korean language?
Korean is not spoken in I think a lot of countries. Now it has gained
Okay.
interest. I know that.
Okay.
But I have never been fascinated towards that language.
Okay.
I don't know what, like, how did I get fascinated towards French? It came naturally somehow.
Okay. One of the YouTubers was telling that she has learned Korean language. So I was flabbergasted that why she has learned Korean language. Will
Yeah.
she go in Korea? I used to think.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. People learn languages when they want to shift to another part of the world or any other, they just want to relocate, but sometimes people learn languages just for the fun of it. uh, I want to travel to France one day and maybe work there for some time, but that was not my goal when I started learning French. I just started learning French because somehow it appealed to me.
How is it, Ma? Is it hard not to crack, or is it just a piece of cake?
I feel that if you learn languages when you are quite young in age, like when you're a student, then you grasp really easily. For me, French has not been difficult because I started learning it in school. But when I saw other people who used to come to Alliance Française, and when they were trying to learn French just from scratch, especially the people who were quite old, like there were people who were in their 30s and 40s who started learning French at that time. I felt that they had a little difficulty in grasping even the basic concepts. So
Okay.
I felt that sometimes maybe the time when you start learning it also affects your learning capacity for that language.
Yeah.
And the other thing is the environment. Even if I learn
exactly.
English at 30 or 40 years of age, if I'm not practicing it or no one is speaking it around me, then I will not be able to learn that language.
Right.
Yes. I see a guitar at the backside. Do you play guitar?
Yeah, no, I do not play. This is not my forte. Actually, my this is my son's such stuffs. Actually,
Okay.
this is extracurricular activity he has taken in his school, so he plays actually. Yeah.
All right. And if I had to ask you, why are you on this platform and what are your goals as an English learner, what would you say?
Actually I want to talk English like my native language. That's why I'm here, and I want to brush up my communication skill. I mean, as I told that I am professional, so this is the need of professionalism. And if you are adroit at English, so I think you would be recognized differently, and that's why I just want to be like a native speaker. That's
Okay,
why.
you want to be like an English native speaker.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
lately, I've been seeing this kind of mindset in people that,
Mhm,
first of all, for any kind of job, and if you want
mhm,
promotion or if you want to do well in that job, you would need to
mhm,
know English really well. And
mhm.
a lot of times in our country, being a good speaker of English is also equated with being very knowledgeable and coming from a good background. What do you feel about
Yeah.
these two things?
Yeah, I see word wise spoken English, and somehow you gain your confidence. I have realized if you are good at English, and if the person is in your surrounding, they can't speak English, uh, uh, and they are unable to articulate the things profoundly. And if you are doing the same, so it is kind of achievement you have gained. And this is the need of professionalism, and in business, and you have to adroit at English. So I think so if there would be any meeting, if there would be any presentation, and if you are going to attend any seminar and any training session, so and if you are demonstrating yourself in English language, because every training, every meetings are being conducted in English only. So why can't we learn English, and why can't we profound on this language? Yeah, that's why.
Okay. So, the first when you started at first, you said um, spoken worldwide English. So say it in a full sentence and say it in active voice. English is spoken worldwide.
Okay.
Since English is spoken worldwide, I think it is necessary for us to learn it. Something like
Mhm.
that. Okay. And then I think the word that you wanted to say was articulate. You will be able to
Articulate, yeah.
articulate yourself
Yeah.
well. The pronunciation of that word. Could you just repeat it once?
Articulate.
Yes, correct. Okay. And whenever I'm putting a word, sorry, a noun with every, for example, you said every meeting, you added the S, but you don't need to add an S when you're putting a noun with every meeting, every person, every
Okay.
day. Okay, we'll not add the S. And then becoming proficient in one language, not profound,
Pro-
becoming proficient
Proficient.
in
Got it.
a
Makes
language.
sense.
Okay. All right. So those are your viewpoints on this idea.
Yes.
Um, okay, so we have two options. Either we can indulge in the topic that has been given to us today, which is world of startups, or if you want, we can discuss something else like we were discussing right now about languages.
Mhm.
What works
So
for you?
you can teach me, and you can tell me any silver bullet, any panacea related to English, uh, which you have learned in throughout your journey, journey. Sorry. So you can tell me, like, how did you learn English? How did you become a good communicator? So you can tell me.
Okay. First of all, I would really like to say that even though my father studied in a Hindi medium school, he gave me the opportunity to study in an English medium school. And I think that that makes a lot of difference in, when you are learning a language. If you're learning all the subjects in that medium, That really makes a difference, because now you know various concepts in that language, so you have that vocabulary to talk
Right.
about the different topics in that language. So first
Right.
thing is that. The second thing is that there are some specific teachers in my life who really helped me. I remember my 7th grade English teacher. When she used to teach us English, it was something else, because whenever we used to open our books, she in her book at least, she used to write the explanation behind a lot of difficult phrases, and she used to use that explanation for us. So that made me realize that this teacher is coming with preparation, and she wants us to learn that concept in a very specific way, and she is set in her ideas that this is how I want to communicate to my students. So she used to encourage us to underline difficult words and write its meaning and then use it. And that was another thing that really helped. So we should not just read a book to understand what the book is saying, but if you treat it as a medium to learn a language, that could really help you.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have been through an English medium school. That's why, and my background was Hindi medium. Actually, I have
Yes.
done my schooling in Hindi medium.
Right.
So I started learning a couple of years back. Like I have been learning English for last 1 year and 7 months.
Okay.
So I didn't have knowledge that I should be learning English, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, I got to know that I should be learning the English. That's why I started paying attention towards English,
Yes.
because if I would have learned English during my childhood, during my young age, so I would have been a good communicator right now.
Right.
So, uh, for instance, my child, actually, my son is studying in 10th grade, and
Hmm.
he is good at English because he has been learning English since their childhood. So I
Yes.
think it makes sense because you are surrounded with the English, and I think there is kind of restriction that you cannot speak Hindi uh, in school. So in such a way, like they might have learned English because for English, I think we need ambience and we
Yes.
need partner so that we can talk. I think so we were lacking. That's why, and nowadays we are lacking because this is the India, and we are in the manufacturing company,
Hmm.
and the people who are in our the people who are in my surrounding, they are speaking in Hindi language only.
Okay.
So it is kind of hard not to crack, and because uh, I try to brain my when I try to rewire my brain
Hmm.
with respect to English, so it is quite difficult because whenever I try to speak in English, so they feel awkward and they try to judge, they try to start sometimes. So having said that, and I'm striving and striking for that, and that's why I'm here, and I have chosen such types of platform. And definitely, I will brush up my communication skill.
Yes. Um, I feel that I think your English is quite good. I cannot make it out that if you studied in a Hindi medium or an English medium school, because I was observing you using really good vocabulary words, which I'll come towards the end of the session. But just to add on at this moment, I think I could not have been able to tell if you studied in a Hindi medium school or an English medium school if you had not specified it. And the main thing is that the courage to learn something new, and believing that learning has no age bar. You can learn at any stage of your life. My father, he also studied in a Hindi medium school, but seeing us speak English, hearing us speak English, and watching English movies, English series, which have become quite common nowadays, he has also gotten familiar with certain words and phrases, and he tries to use English here and there. Yes, it was, I think, 2 3 days ago only he was using the word turbulence, and I was like, wow, that's a fancy word. How did you learn it? So that, I
Yeah.
think that should be a proud moment for you. You have come, I feel, on a really long journey because you're
Yeah.
speaking English so fluently right now.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You made my day.
That's good. Um, yes. So you studied in a Hindi medium school, and
Yeah.
did you have English as a subject, or you did not have it?
Yeah. No, we had English subject, but it has started from sixth grade actually.
Okay. It started
Yeah.
like the foreign languages start in our schools now, that you can either choose French or German in sixth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So from
Yes.
sixth class, we had started learning English. Yeah.
And how has
But
your English? Yes. Continue.
pardon me.
Yes, yes, you can continue what you were saying.
But I had curiosity that I should be learning English, and mm, I had some kind of bonding with English. But like as a subject, I used to learn, and I didn't have knowledge that I have to speak sometime, and I will work in MNCs,
Yes.
and at that time, English would have importance at that time. So
Yeah.
that's a now it has become part and parcel of life. Like if you are in MNCs, and so that's why.
Yes. And how has your English learning journey been? Like, how did you start learning this language again? What are you doing currently, besides English, Yari, to maybe work on that language?
Yeah, actually, I have explored many things. Like I have explored many applications. I don't want to name here actually
Yeah,
because
yeah, that's okay.
okay. So as Fluency, Josh Talk, and these are the application which I used to use. As Fluency still I'm using as Fluency,
Okay.
and apart from English Yari, and I did attend classes on Clapingo as well. Uh, and so many things I have explored till now, and I read on daily basis 2 or 3 paragraphs. I was not avid reader. Now I have become avid reader for the sake of enhancing my communication skill. So reading, and I watch English content on daily basis, like half an hour every day. I try to consume. I try to inculcate vocabulary on daily basis. So, like apart from writing, I'm covering all in element of English, like reading, watching, and listening. All these things. I'm skipping only writing part because I don't have that much time. I
Mm.
cannot involve myself completely into English. However, I try to explore the things every time related to English. I try to talk in English with my son, with my spouse, because I know you. I have to live English, and then I will get to know, and I would be eloquent speaker, and otherwise there is no panacea, there is no silver bullet. You can give me tips, and you can suggest me what I should be doing, but I have to do hard work, and I have to devote time. I should have burning desire for that, otherwise I won't learn.
Yes, that's true. And with most, I don't know most of the people, but with some of the people, it works that way only, that they are individual learners. If you just give them a little push, tell them what has to be done, they will kind of do things on their own. But then some people are group learners, some people require the instruction of teacher. So I think you're an individual learner, which is a really good thing. But for being an individual learner, I feel you need to have a lot of intrinsic motivation. Yes,
Yeah.
so I feel that you are one of those learners.
Yes, and I know consistency matter actually. It is not like that. Today you are fumbling, you are stuttering, and tomorrow you will skip, and you will be demotivated tomorrow.
Yes.
This is the long life journey, and if you are consistent, I got to know that if you are consistent, definitely the day will come and you will triumph, you will conquer. I think mm, consistency and perseverance, I think, and you have to be tenacious for that. I think, and I'm consistent. So I have been learning for last 1 year and 7 months,
Hmm.
and I never skipped my single day.
Oh, that's really
So yes, sometime I pat my back actually that I have this much consistency in my life.
nice. Was it the case since your childhood, or has it come recently?
Recently, like a couple of years back, like even I can tell you the date name 20th November 2023.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's really good. You remember the date.
yeah,
That means it means
exactly.
something. It's so important to you. It means something really special.
Upcoming 20th June, I will complete 1 year and 7 months.
Yes. Okay. So you're planning to complete how many years on this journey?
Exactly. Like, mm, like undoubtedly, I will achieve some level of English,
Yes.
and definitely in 2 years, in upcoming 2 years, I would have kind of level,
Yeah.
and I will keep on learning, and because this is the language. If you are out of sight, so if you are out of mind,
Right.
so I think I know because this is not my native language, and I have to rewire my mind.
Right.
So then I think I would be able to utter profoundly, otherwise I will forget because I am rewiring my mind.
Yes, that it is required to be rewired because I remember when I was learning French, my teacher said that stop first thinking in English and then translating to French, start thinking in French. So your thoughts should
Okay.
come in that language, only then can you ace that language.
Yes,
Yeah. I will move on to the feedback now.
for
And
sure.
yes, first of all, I think I already mentioned this in the middle of the session, but your usage of vocabulary is quite good. You used words like flabbergasted, blossom, tenacious, eloquent, inculcate, avid reader. I would definitely place it in an advanced level of vocabulary because these words can be conveyed in a much simpler usage, also usage of words, but you use these words instead, and the context in which you use these words was also appropriate. So that means you're able to inculcate the usage of these words in your daily
Right,
communication.
right.
The second thing is that even the phrases that you use, like part and parcel, uh, rewire my brain, those were also good. So vocabulary one part, but even the usage of phrases and idioms is good. Are you yeah, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Good.
Yes. Then I feel that your listening skills are on point. You're a very patient listener. You actually give the speaker the time to speak. You listen very actively and then you respond. So that is again the sign of a good communicator. And another sign of good communicator is to keep the conversation going on. I was expecting that okay, maybe I'll have to start the conversation today because it's the first class, but you were taking the lead, and when the learner does that, like, it's great because you're able to keep the conversation going on. That was one thing. Then this the thing, if I come to areas of development, I think there were minor errors, grammatical errors that I pointed out during the session itself, and some errors in the words like articulate. I think you said another word instead of it, so that was there. Very minor errors, which are not hampering the idea that you want to convey. So that is a really good thing. Yes. Maybe now, if you want to focus on something, it could be trying on various sentence structures.
Right.
Like when you started with having said that, that means you're adopting a new sentence structure. So can you learn more sentence structures like that and incorporate it in your
For sure.
communication?
For
Yes.
sure. I use having said that. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I was saying that you mentioned that was
Hmm.
like a sight of freshness. Okay, you use something new. So can you use more such phrases in your conversation?
For sure. I can use.
Yeah. So that was it from my side. If you want to say something before we end the session today, you can say that.
I don't have anything to say at this point, and I would love to meet you again.
Yes, sure.
Okay.
Thank you so much for
Thank you, man.
having a session with me today, and I
Thank
really
you. Thank
enjoyed
you.
our talk.
Same here. The feeling is likewise, man. Thank you for having me here.
Okay, sir,
Bye.
have a nice day.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Same to you. Same to you, man. Have a great day ahead.